Welcome to the Crypto Picture channel, where I help you see crypto through a clear lens. Today we're going to be looking at the price of Bitcoin primarily. I'm not going to go into too many charts. We may take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, but we are testing or about to test one of the most pivotal areas, in my opinion, for Bitcoin's entire bull run, pretty much. So we've gone over the parabolic uptrend, right? This line here, this parabolic ascending trend line. So we've basically held this ever since October 2020, where it started back here. We could tighten it up a little bit, but you get the drift. So we started our parabolic uptrend, consolidated, came back, retested it, went on another parabolic uptrend, had a correction, consolidated, test the line, had another parabolic uptrend, came down, didn't quite get to the line, but close enough, I guess. And then we went on a little mini rally here and created a new high, and then we corrected, okay? And now we're getting really, really close to this, one of the most powerful support lines, in my opinion, in Bitcoin's current structure. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens over the next, week or so here, because next week we'll be sitting right on this line if we're still trading at current levels. So in my opinion, I'm not too worried here, okay? So this still fits with the thesis that we're going to see one more parabolic uptrend. It doesn't change anything. I know a lot of people are kind of like, oh, okay, Bitcoin's still correcting, but we've seen this before, guys. Like, this isn't anything different. Like, here we had 1, 2, 3 weeks of corrective price action before then heading back up, okay? So right now we have had 1, 2 corrective weekly candles, okay? And we have to wait to see what we're going to do. You do not want to be acting here. You do not want to be selling here. If you sell here, you're going to have a real tough time trying to get back into this market, and you're going to be buying back at higher levels. Now, this is why I said that I would be taking profits at $60,000, right? So it's not that I believe that that was the macro top and I paid back my initial investment, but I did believe that there was a lackluster of momentum to carry us to the upside. So I took profits. I re-entered with my trading account on altcoins down at these levels, right at the support line. Those are still in profit, not as much as they were when we were up here, but they're still in profit. And this is another thing that we have to take into note. We're almost back at the same level that we were down here when I got into my altcoins, but I'm still up price-wise. So what does this mean? Well, this means that altcoins have not taken as large of a hit overall from the rally back down to the floor, okay? So maybe on today, Bitcoin looks like it went down less, but overall that means the altcoins went up more, and then they probably had around or close to the same corrective percentage that Bitcoin had. So I believe Bitcoin has gone down roughly, if we just take it from here to here, about 5%. Like, really, in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. If you take it from the wick high to where we are now, to where we wicked, it's about 8%, 9%. So it does seem like a lot, because we're talking about really large numbers here, like 8% move in Bitcoin, 9% move at this point is like $5,000-6,000 US. So it is quite a lot. But based on the previous market structures, I still believe that we are going to get a parabolic uptrend, a parabolic blow off top. I mean, I've taken it back from here, right? So the parabolic uptrend started a little bit later here, but this was our parabolic uptrend, right? So we had 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests, okay? So over here, I don't even count this as really a test, and we can't go tight to these because we'll run through some of the candles, so you don't want to break any of the candles. So we had 1 test, 2 tests, and you know, you could call this all in 1 test, to be honest, 3 tests, 4 tests, whatever you like. So it is normal for Bitcoin to see these types of corrections, okay? I have mentioned in previous videos that I do believe we're somewhere in this area, okay? So, you know, anything is possible, right? I'm not saying that we have to go on a parabolic run and create a blow off top, but based on all of Bitcoin's chartable data, every time we've come to an end of a bull market, we have seen a blow off top, okay? So let's just run with the assumption that we are going to. And you know what, we have a really, you know, if you were to take a risk to reward trade, and this isn't financial advice, but this is where you would want to do it. You would not want to sell here, because based on the history of this trend line, this is the best time to be buying in the uptrend. And you can take a pretty low risk to reward trade here, because if we close a weekly candle below this trend line, you get out of your positions, right? And to be honest, this would likely be a macro top for me if we were to close below this level, but I will cut my losses regardless. And if we manage to get back above the parabolic uptrend line, I would think about re-entering, okay? Because if you look at history, once we broke this level, there was no going back, right? And if you look here as well, right? So parabolic uptrend. So we'll just fix this line here. Okay, and it doesn't have to be complicated, guys. Like, this is one of the easiest ways you can chart. We're following this trend line. We broke away from it. Parabolic uptrend. Look at the space between the trend line and the top. Came back down, retested it, bounced off of it, and then we broke down, and then we never got back above it. Okay, and I can show you other charts that are also like this. Okay, even in the traditional stock market, some people may think this is only with Bitcoin. It's not. This even happens in the traditional stock market. Okay, guys, take a look at this. Okay, we're holding the trend for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks. We break away from it. We get a quick retest, wicks down, no weekly candle closes below, and then we break it with a weekly candle close below, and we never get back above it. Now, given the fact that this was a very small bear market, it was only like 91 days, and some would say that this was all part of the same bull market because it was in the regular time frame that we had from going from 2013 to 2015 to 2017. It was around the same ballparkish time frame. I think it was about 90 days shy or something. But you get the drift here. So, you know, if you look at today's current price action, I mean, we look more similar to this type of structure with how it panned out, right? So we could assume that we're going to do something like this where we get 2 parabolic blow-off tops, right? But we still had a parabolic blow-off top, right? And I don't think that this is it yet. Could be wrong, but I'm going to stick with my thesis here, and I will close most of my positions if we have a weekly candle close below. I want to see a full body candle close below, and preferably I'd like to see it below this support line. Okay, so but on the other hand, if we do come down to this support line, we close the weekly pretty close to here, and we're like 50 in, 50 out, and then we get back above it, then you're still in your position. okay? But we'll have to monitor it and see how it goes. We will take a look at the Bitcoin dominance because, as I mentioned, these altcoins don't seem to be as affected, and it would be interesting to see what's going on with the Bitcoin dominance. So while that loads, we'll go into the 4 hour, okay? So what we saw on the 4 hour here, okay? So we did see Bitcoin break the symmetrical triangle, but we've seen Bitcoin break symmetrical triangles in an uptrend and break back above them. They're called busted symmetrical triangles, and Bitcoin loves to do these. So the question is do we have a busted symmetrical triangle, maybe come up, retest it, and get a lot of people bearish, come back down, test this support level, you know, maybe over the next couple of days, and then confirm this as like a really solid support zone with this current support zone of you know, 52,000, which has held up pretty well, and it was resistance in many different areas. And we also have our macro bull market parabolic trend line support. This would be a very strong support zone for a really big parabolic bounce. And also, if we want to see a parabolic run, like a one last hoorah before the fireworks end, consolidation and downwards price action is not necessarily a bad thing. It allows all of our oscillators to reset, therefore allowing for a larger parabolic move up. And if we are to look at Bitcoin dominance, like, it's falling while the price of Bitcoin is falling. So altcoins are actually gaining value versus Bitcoin, right? So I don't think this is it. You know, you always want to think that there's a probability for you to be wrong, and you need to be prepared for that. And that's why whenever we invest or trade, we should always have an entry and an exit strategy, right? You need to have an exit and entry strategy before you take your investments, right? Now, you know, has my exit strategy shifted a little bit? Yes, but that's based on data, and it allows me to be more precise with where I decide to take risk off. And now that we have this trend line that's been holding us up for an X period of time, I feel very comfortable with using this as a point of interest for me to start shaving profits, okay? So I'm really watching this Bitcoin dominance as we get back down to this line. I've been saying for weeks now, if we break this red line, we're going into an altcoin bull cycle. And I mean, not like this normal one we've been seeing. Like, I mean, all the altcoins are going to run together. Not like, you know, one here, one there, one here. Like, I mean, every single altcoin is going to go up in value. Okay? Every single one. All right? So it can be a very exciting time. Okay, we are already seeing like the likes of Uni and stuff like that bounce back pretty hard. So we'll have to see how that progresses. But I mainly wanted to do an update on Bitcoin here today, just because it does hold a lot of significance. Do I think that altcoin season will be done if we start closing weekly candles below here? Yes, right? We have to be realistic, and we have to be prepared for both directions. Okay, guys, and as I said, I'm not a financial advisor. In no way am I telling you where to buy, sell, or hold your position. I'm giving you an educational opinion, and you need to base your decisions on your own research and the research that you find that others have conducted. And with that being said, we have the Discord link down below if you'd like to join that. And we have the Market Cypher affiliate link down below as well if you are interested in getting Market Cypher. And till next time, guys, have a good one.